starting with a slip knot on my hook, I'm going to chain 10. All right, not the loop on your hook, but the actual completed chains. Let's count down 1, 2, 3. We're going to double crochet into the 4th chain from the hook. The first 3 are going to count as a double crochet. And then we'll double crochet in the next 5 stitches. All right. Here's the 5. You have 1 chain left. We're going to do 6 doubles in that last chain. Two, 4, 6. All right. Now we're going to do 1 double in each of the next 5 stitches. So you're going back into the bottom of that chain there. Okay. And for this rounded edge, we've already got 2. We have the chain 3 and that first double crochet. So let's do 4 more double crochet in that same beginning chain. One more. Okay, we're going to slip stitch to this chain 3, but we should have a count of 22. So let's just double check that. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22. All right. What am I doing? Slip stitch. All right, slip stitch. Now we're going to chain 3. Actually, I'm going to catch both loops of this to make it stronger. Do that again. All right. There we go. So let's chain 3 to start row 2. That's a double crochet. Do another one in the same loop. All right, so that's 2 in there. And we're going to do 2 in the next double. Let's do 5 doubles in a row in the next 5 stitches here. Now in each of these 6 on the corner, we're going to do 2 doubles in each one. All right, let's see. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. 1 double in each of the next 5 stitches. And then we'll do 2 double in these next 4 stitches. All right, row 2 should be 34 stitches. So count those, and then again we'll slip stitch to that top of the chain 3. All right, for row 3, again we'll chain 3. Double crochet in the seam stitch. I'm going to do 2 double crochet 3 more times. And these next 5 stitches, we'll do 1 double in each of them. And now we're going to do 2 double crochets in each of those 12 stitches. So 2 double in each stitch 12 times. one in each of the next 5 stitches. Two, 4, 5, 2 double crochets 8 times. That means 2 doubles in each of the next 8 stitches. And that's what it looks like at the end of row 3. You should have 58 doubles. So let's count them. Puts us on to row 4, which gets a lot easier. So first we're going to slip stitch in that chain 3 again. Slip stitch. We're going to chain 3 and then do 1 double crochet in each stitch all the way around, and your end count will be 58 doubles. So let's go into the next one. All right, so for row 4, do that, go all the way around. Rows 5 through 7 will be a repeat of row 4. So row 4, 5, 6, 7. That's 4 rows, 1 double in each stitch all the way around, slip stitch into the top of the chain 3, and chain 3 again. So I'll meet you back up at row 8. At the end of row 7, you should have noticed that things are taking shape. You should still have 58 stitches. So if you've counted them and slip stitch into the chain 3, you are ready for row 8. Now I went ahead and prepared. This is going to be a slight increase row. So we're pretty much going to do 2 doubles, a bunch of a bunch of double crochets, 1 per stitch, and then where I've marked is going to be 2 doubles. So basically we will chain 3, do a double crochet in the very same stitch. Then I'm going to double crochet 1 time in the next 21 stitches. All right, that's 21. I'll pull the stitch marker out of the 22nd stitch there, and I will do 2 doubles here. And I'm going to do 1 double in the next 6 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Two doubles in the next stitch. And then 1 in each of the next 21 stitches. Two doubles in this 22nd stitch. And again on this end, 1 double for the remaining 6 stitches. All right. So you basically added 4 doubles. You had 58 before, you added 4. So your stitch count should be 62 doubles. Count them and slip stitch into this chain 3. And then row 9 is going to be, so you'll chain 3 and then do 1 double in each stitch around. So the end of row 9 will be 62 stitches again. All right, I'll see you at the end. I joined with my slip stitch. I confirmed I have a count of 62. Row 10 will be another increase row. We're going to start with the chain 3 and do another double in this very same stitch. Then we're going to do 23 doubles in a row all the way across. On the 24th stitch, do 2, 6 doubles, then do another 2 on the other side, do 23 doubles, do 2 in this stitch marker, and in the end you'll have 6 left to do just 6 doubles. And that's your row 10, ending with 66 count double crochets. All right, on the 24th stitch, here's where we do the 2 doubles. Six more doubles in a row. Two in the next. $23 doubles in a row. 2 in the next. And then 6 more in a row. Alrighty. Slip stitch. Check, make sure you get 66 stitches. And then row 11 is going to be 1 double all the way around. So you chain 3 plus 65 doubles, and that's row 11. Row 12 will be another increase row. So like the others, chain 3, double in the same stitch. This row you'll count out 25 doubles in a row, 2 doubles, 6 in a row, 2 doubles, and on this side again 25 in a row, 2 doubles. That leaves you with 6 left over. And at the end of row 12, your count will be 70. All right, row 12 ends with 70 count. Row 13 is another easy one. Chain 3 and do 69 more doubles around, giving you again a count of 70. See you at row 14. Row 14, that is another increase row, but it's the last one. So again, we'll do a chain 3 here. I slip stitched. We'll do a chain 3, do another double in the same stitch, do 1 double and the next 27 stitches, do a double here, 1 double for the next 6, do a double in the next one, and then again 27 doubles in a row on that side. Come around to the back again, 2 doubles, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 doubles, slip stitch, end row 14, your count will be 74, and then rows 15, 16 through 20. So that's what, 6 more rows of just 1 double all the way around. Just repeat the even rows and end up with a stitch count of 74. And then I'll come back and show you how to make just how I made a tie to hold it around the headrest. Okay, for the tie at the bottom, or the pull cord, I chained 100, and then just slip stitch into each chain all the way back across, and it gives you a good size, something to grab onto. So do that all the way, and I'll show you how I attached it to the base. Okay, at the bottom, I didn't have to do anything special. The double crochet stitches are plenty big enough to get this through the in-betweens. So what I did is I fed it in, it came all the way around, just every 3 stitches. And it was just easy enough to just do it with my hands. So 3 that way, 3 this way, and then actually this number worked out perfectly, where when I came through and I was finished, they kind of ended up like that. So, I mean, you don't even really need to have this, but I thought it looked good. When you put it on the headrest and you pull it a little bit, it kind of gives the head a little a little shape to it, make it a little more round. All right, next up, I'll show you how to make the glasses and the mouth. For the glasses are black, but I'm going to show you in a different color that's easier to see, hopefully. I suggest leave a long tail. It'll help you sew it to the base later. I like to use magic circles. So I will start with a magic circle. And we're going to do 6 single crochets in this circle. Did I count that right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right. We'll slip stitch into the very first one. And chain 1. So this is if you've crocheted in the round or done a circle before, it's your typical pattern. So we have 6 stitches. The second row we'll do 2 singles in each row for a count of 12 and so on. I find it handy to use a little marker to find my stitches. So I chained 1. Let's do 2 in this very same stitch. Two in each stitch all the way around. All right, 12. And we will slip stitch into the first stitch again. So that was row 2. For row 3, we'll chain 1. And do 2 singles in the same stitch. One single in the next, 2 in the next, 1, 2. All the way around, 1, 2, every other stitch. All right, that's 18 at the end of row 3. Sometimes it looks like there's a stitch here that you're missing, but you're not. So, all right, slip stitch in that first stitch again. chain 1, move your marker, row 4. I do circles a little bit differently. It's the same pattern, but I'm going to do this a little different. I find if you keep doing it the same way, you kind of get octagonal in shape. So anyways, we ended up with 18 at the end of row 3. Row 4 will be 24 stitches. Mixing it up, I'm going to do 1 single crochet in the very first stitch, and 1 in the next stitch, 2 in the third stitch, and that will be my repeat. 1, 1, 2 all the way around. All right, I'm going to double check that count, make sure I've got 24. All right, row 5. I believe we have 2 rows left, row 5 and 6. So row 5, again, slip stitch in the first stitch, chain 1, move your marker. What am I doing? I'm doing 2 singles in the first same stitch, I should say, the same stitch, and then 1 single in the next 3. So 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Two, 1, 1, 1, 3 times. Two, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, 26, 28, 30. All right, row 6 is our last row for doing circle. Row 6 will be, we're going to do 1 single in the same stitch, 1 in the next 3 stitches. So that'll be 1 single 4 times, and then 2 in the next. There's your repeat. One, two, three, four. 1, 2. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2. Two, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, 26, 28, 30, 32, 34, 36. All right, row 6 is the last row of the round, ending with 36 single crochets. Let's slip stitch into that beginning stitch to finish that off. All right, so this is going to be the right lens. We're going to single crochet. I'm going to chain 1, single crochet 2 times, half double crochet 2 times, double crochet 2 times, triple double crochet 2 times, yarn over twice, insert your hook, grab a piece of yarn, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. One more. All right, we're going to do a picot. So chain 3, bring your hook back down into the stitch at the bottom of the chain 3 and through this part of the loop at the top of the treble. Grab your yarn, pull it all the way through, continue to pull through in a slip stitch. Now we're going to do 3 double crochets in this stitch here in the space. So yarn over and insert your hook, pull through, that's 2, 1 more. All right. Taking some shape. Now we're going to go back into this very first stitch of the circle. We're going to do a double crochet, another double crochet, we'll do 2 half double crochets in a row in the next 2 stitches. And then we're going to slip stitch 5 times in the next 5 stitches. It's just going to get us over to the other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. 2 half double crochets, and then, well, 1 in each of the next 2 stitches. So 1 half double, and the next stitch another half double. Let's do 3 double crochets in a row. Two half double crochets, one single crochet in the next stitch, and then slip stitch 3 times. All right, that is your right lens. You can tie off, and I suggest again leave a long tail, and that'll help you sew that on. Okay, so the left lens, if we did the same exact thing, we wouldn't have a left and a right. They wouldn't be opposite. So what we want to do is make your circle for the left lens up to row 6. Do your circle. And then we're going to turn the project, and we're going to work on the wrong side. So I want to slip stitch 7 times to get to where I want to be. Six, 7. Let's do 2 single crochets in the next 2 stitches. 2 half double crochets, two double crochets, do 2 treble crochets, yarn over twice, insert your hook, grab the yarn, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. We'll do that again. Oop. All right, we're going to do 1 picot, chain 3, 1, 2, 3. We're going to slip stitch, go down into the front of that chain on the bottom, the top of the picot there, the treble. Grab the yarn, pull through, pull all the way through, make your slip stitch. Okay, now we're going to do 3 double crochets in the side of the treble again. Two doubles. Let's go into here, to the next stitch. Two half double crochets in a row. And we're going to slip stitch over 5 times. Two half doubles. Three double crochets. Two half doubles. One single crochet, and then we'll slip stitch 3 times just to kind of even things out. Now, if you noticed, we did exactly the same thing on the other side. So the right and wrong side of this is clearly noticeable. It's not when you do it that way. So now we want to make a bridge. So what you can do is we'll flip the project again. We're going to slip stitch back up to the top here. My notes say 7 times. And you can just go into the back of these. Find these chains in the back. We're just slip stitching to get to where we need to be. let's chain 3. 1, 2, 3. Find the stitch on the other side, about the same point, and you want to slip stitch, we're going to single crochet to it. So single crochet to it, and then slip stitch into this other lens just to anchor it a little bit. Now we're going to turn completely. I have the yarn behind the hook. And we're going to single crochet around this bridge. Single crochet, not double. There we go. And then I'm going to single crochet into here just to anchor it. Give it some meat. There you go. There's your glasses. So now you can tie this off. I just slip stitch over to the side here, behind one more time. Tie that off. Maybe leave a big tail, and then you can sew this on any way you like. So when I sewed it on, I didn't sew everything completely. I wanted some, this is going to stretch a little bit when you put it over the headrest. And I wanted the glasses ends to hang off. Sew it on the way you like, and I'll show you how to do the mouth. All right, the mouth or the smile is pretty easy. Start with a chain of 23, and then slip stitch into the second chain from the hook. The next 2 chains will be single crochets. 1, 2. And the next 2 will be half double crochets. 1, 2. 4 double crochets in a row. So 1, 4, 4 treble crochets in a row. And then we will do 4 doubles. 2 halves, two singles, and slip stitch in the last. And there is your smile.